welcome back to the Noise Filter podcast. This week we have Dicky Fountain. How you doing, Dix? You all right?
Hello there, Dan. How you doing, buddy? You all right? Yeah. I'm all right. Yeah, not too shabby, thanks, mate. Not too shabby indeed. Just sat here in glorious, shitty, rainy Nottingham. So, yeah, it's going up. Yeah, enjoying it. Yeah, living the dream. Yeah, the wet, drizzly dream. How are you, mate? You all right?
I'm very good, thank you. So, for people that don't know, could you describe what you do, or what band you're in, and what sort of stuff you do?
Okay, so I play for a band called The Money, and we are a professional covers band that basically play for money, I guess. I suppose the name's consistent. And yeah, we're basically a rock band, standard four-piece rock outfit that play other people's songs. We're gigging all the time. It's a bit off season at the minute, so it's been a bit quiet, but we go away a couple of times a year to Israel and the French Alps. I mean, the Christmas period, well, from October till the end of January this year was just mental. I think I did like 84 shows in like 3.5 months, which is too many. For me, I don't know, these people do it all year round. They're like, oh, it's easy. No.
I don't
one show a month. Can I do one show for 10 grand?
I think
someone hire me. Come on. I'm anyway, so yeah. No, it's all good. So it's a bit off season. So yeah, I play bass guitar and backing vocals. I mean, it's sort of singing, mainly shouting and abusing crowds, but it's all good. It's all good. I do like a stage heckle, so long as I'm the one doing the heckling, and then yeah, that's all good, really. So yeah,
flip reverse it.
Flip reverse it, right? So yeah, I do that, and obviously, because I'm a musician, it pays like shit. I run a company selling guitars and doing guitar restorations and setups and all that kind of jazz as well. Ooh. So that's what I do. What do you do, Dan? Flip reverse that question, motherfucker.
Oh, boom. The interviewer becomes the interviewee, or the other way around.
What's a noise?
Yeah, well,
what's up?
I just sing in Company B, which is excellent, as we discussed earlier.
Yes.
So I've known you for an awfully long time. Probably you are amongst my oldest friends, and I've known you in lots of bands. I've played in a band called the Dr. Gonzo Project with you, and the Great White Telephone. But after that, the great bands, obviously, big,
obvious, yeah,
big, powerful things. After that, you were in El Majestico and Parks, which were sort of original stuff. Is there any other bands that I've missed?
After going to uni? I went to uni to study music for a year, and then realised it was shit. So I transferred and started recording. Learning recording and sort of systems design and that kind of thing. So since uni, I was in a band called Smarter Child. Oh,
nice.
That's a bad name. And we were like prog, because obviously when you go to uni, you're like, 18, 19, and basically you want to put as many time signatures and tempo changes and tapping into a song as you possibly can fit, because that's what you do when you're 18 and 19. And then, moved to Nottingham, and then that's when El Majestico happened, just as like a load of mates from Cornwall. We all ended up living in the same house, and we were either going to make a movie or form a band. We formed the band. I know, it was going to be like a parody 80s cop movie, which would have been sweet as, but to be fair, it's a lot easier making music than doing a whole movie, I've heard anyway. The budget's a lot less as well. Yeah. So we decided to record an album in like a month or something stupid like that. And then this was back in the days of MySpace. And then so people got in contact with us, wanted to sign us to their management label. And we were like young and naive. And, it was all like, oh my God, I'm going to get signed. I'm going to become famous. And all this shit. So we did that for like 3 years. And it was fun. And then we decided to stop doing that. And then I played for Nina Smith.
Yeah.
Nottingham lady for 4 years, 3-4 years, something like that. And then Parks with the guys from Cornwall again. Yeah. That was good. I legitimately really liked that band. That was good.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good band. And then the money.
Yeah.
Got me on the day after Park split up. I was like, do you want to go in Israel? Literally the morning after. After. We split up at like midnight, and then I got a call from my now lead staff. Well, they tried poaching me a year before it, but I was in like 3 bands. Oh, I played for Lyra and the Seraphim for a bit as well, because their bass player, Russ, managed to basically temporarily paralyze himself. Yeah, I don't know the exact story. Something like, I think he was on a date, and Russ is like some kind of, serious, like, fucking free ride mountain biker. So he's adept at doing stupid jumps. Like, he did like apparently the tiniest jump ever, landed on his neck, and then broke his back. And then, so yeah, I played bass for him whilst he was recovering.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of these things. But anyway, so yeah, the money asked me to play for them on tour in Israel, and I was like, yeah, obviously it's a holiday effectively, and I get paid on holiday and playing bass and getting drunk. Yeah, of course. And I never thought I'd keep on doing it, and here we are, fucking 5 years later. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, that's the roster since I've been away from home, so to speak.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That sounds. So you're a multi-instrumentalist, aren't you? You're like a drummer, a bass player, guitarist. I mean, you.
Well, yeah, okay.
I
used to dabble. I'm suck so hard at drums, man. It's so weird. Like, I mean, bass and guitar, and my rhythm is, well, it's not impeccable, but it's pretty good. Bass, especially, obviously, because you have to be. But it depends. Again, it depends on who you're playing with. But with my drummer, Paul King, PK, in the second, it's got the best groove I've ever played with, and we basically have exactly the same groove. So I've realised I play slightly. I don't even know, because I'm not overly musical. I think I play slightly. We're relaxed. Yeah. I play with a lot of deaf drummers, and they're super either ahead of the beat or on the beat, and it's fucking really weird to play to. So I'm really glad I'm playing with this drummer that I play with now, basically. But drums, man, what the fuck is with that thing? You like hit it, and it appears to happen like half a second later. It's like doing a 4-beat. Why is this out of time? I'm literally doing the like monkey drums. Yeah. I played. I really got into like gospel chops and that kind of stuff about maybe 5-6 years ago. Then moved house, and I haven't played drums since. So yeah, used to love a drum. I do like a guitar solo though.
Yeah. I'm surprised you're not guitarist in. I'm surprised like you haven't been guitarist in more bands, because you're an excellent guitarist. I've
always been on the well, no, I went to uni. That's what happened. Was always guitar.
Yeah.
And then I went to uni, and then everyone plays guitar.
Right.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing a music course, and then doing an audio recording course. Literally, fucking everyone plays guitar. So I just play bass instead.
Yeah. And you're an excellent bass player. You're like, I don't want to blow smoke up your ass, but you're, like I consider you to be an amazing musician. So yeah.
I'm okay, right? Let's be realistic here. I'm pretty good on bass. I mean, I'm not no technical wizard, but I can learn songs incredibly quickly.
Yeah.
Or without even learning them, which is quite useful.
Yeah.
I play fucking 95% by ear.
Yeah.
Which is quite useful. But I think my rhythm's quite good. I think my timing's pretty good. So yeah, that's good. Guitar, I don't suck at. I just like playing really fast, stupid 80s hair metal stuff, which is very niche, and people don't really need that from a guitarist unless I was in an 80s hair metal band, which I fucking love to be.
Why aren't you?
Because I play in a band that works every weekend, so yeah. I don't know, it's one of these things, isn't it? So,
one day.
Someday, mate, one day, why not?
It's weird, isn't it? Because, like, so many people would love to be... I bet there's like a million people that would love to have that like amount of guitar. I mean, I would love to have a fifth of your guitar skill. I would consider myself an amazing. This is how different we are. I would consider myself an amazing guitarist if I was like a fifth as good as you. So yeah.
It's one of these things. I think if I played all the time, like live, the reason I've got this. It's not even good. It's just I've become a proper bass player now, whereas before I played bass. Yeah. It's like anything you do all the time. If you don't become vaguely good at it, I don't know how that can happen. You get a lot of bass players who play like out all the time, and they suck. They're really bad. You're like, you play 3 or 4 nights a week. How do you not naturally just get slightly better? I'm not great by any means, but I've definitely got better from playing all the time. So I think if I play guitar all the time and actually put some effort in to playing and learning things, then I might be quite good on guitar. But at the second, I will just learn a solo. And then get it to the point where it's vaguely pretty much all right, and then do a video on it for my company, and then I'll forget it, and then a month will pass, and I won't be able to play any of it. So that's my guitar playing.
So one of your sideline jobs is like a sort of music tech. How does that all work? How did you get into doing that? Because I've always known you to be somebody who like was pretty competent at building. Not competent at building guitars, but I've always known you to take guitars apart. I don't know whether or not you were good at
guitars apart. Yeah, that is very true. So yeah, my company, it's guitar repairs basically, setups, electronics installations, restorations. Very rarely restorations, because I suck at paint. Yeah. Man, me and paint just don't get along. Oil, brilliant, love oil. Paint, nah. I absolutely suck at it. Luckily, I know a guy who's actually good at it, so I can use him if it's necessary. But anyway, I got into doing guitar sales through. I was split up with my bands, El Jessica, and I was like, all right. The recession happened in this time. TV was now 3.5 years out of date, and it was one of those classic things. I was going to go into acoustics. I was actually going to go and do a master's in acoustics. And then rang a load of people to try and get experience for all that kind of stuff. And they were like, well, you've got any experience in it? I was like, well, no, that's why I'm rigging. It was like, well, okay. And it was just one of these things. I didn't really want to do it. I was only trying to figure out what I could do after uni with the course that I did that was realistic as a career. And to be fair, I would have fucking hated it. So I'm glad I didn't. But anyway, so I went traveling to a place to go to, right? And then came back, and I had about £1,000 spare, and I saw a bass that looked to be cheap. It was a left-handed 1978 Precision Fender, and I bought it, and then I sold it about 2 weeks later for twice the amount, and then I did exactly the same thing about a couple of weeks later, and I was like, hold on a second, this could be a business idea. So I spent about 1.5 years buying loads of vintage stuff that took forever to sell, and then finally stumbled across how much I should be buying and selling guitars for. And I say guitars like I sell loads of different types of guitars. That's bollocks. I sell Fender Stratocasters, Telecasters, Jackasters. Again, need to put more effort into this. I think.
But I think what you did is you discovered your niche, and you found out you found something that you knew a little bit, or you knew enough about to kind of make a profit on it. And that is like
that was it basically. And then basically I got I remember this from school, from college. Do you remember Mr. Powers' Fender 1963 Stratocaster that he brought in?
No, I don't know.
Okay, so when we were in sixth form, me and Dan had a tutor called Mr. Powers, and he was an absolute dude, and he played guitar.
Quincy in the music, plays Quincy in the cupboard, and
yes, yeah, exactly right. Yeah. This is it. So he was great. Anyway, so he brought his 63 Stratocaster, and it was the best setup I've ever seen in my life. At the time, I didn't really know how good setups were anyway. And then I had a guitar and a bass done by the local luthier in Nottingham, and I was like, I want to learn how to make guitars this good. Yeah. So I started doing setups. I mean, I've been tinkering around with guitars since I was a little kid, but started doing setups, and then actually through doing hundreds and hundreds, and then actually buying the correct tools, and then making tools myself and stuff. Again, it's like anything. I've done it 1 million times now. So, but you still learn new things all the time with it, and it's quite cool. And I quite like working on really shit guitars, even though it's frustrating and it makes my hourly rate really shit. Yeah, you do learn lots from it, and it is a challenge. So, So that's kind of how I got into doing it. So, I've been doing it sort of, I would say, for myself in terms of setups professionally, I guess, for about 5 years, I'd say, properly. Yeah. So,
it's a great thing to be. I mean, like all of my instruments are just dog shit at the minute, and they all just need like a load of fucking love. And it's a skill I would love to have like at some point picked up, but it's just kind of, you just assign yourself time for doing things, don't you? And
well, this is it. I mean, the thing is, with it, you can have the shittest instrument ever. It doesn't matter, or the best instrument ever. Yeah. But you could have a $5 grand guitar. If it plays like shit, you're not going to want to play it.
No.
No. It's uncomfortable, and like it doesn't matter how good it sounds or looks or how prestigious it is. It's shit. Or you can have, you know, £100 guitar
set up properly,
properly, and it's way better than it. Yeah, it's all. You make any guitar within reason, and I've learned this within reason. Play really well.
Yeah.
You spent 15 hours doing something like, well, how the fuck are you not working? So,
I for a little while I was imagining doing PC repairs as like a sideline job, but the amount of time it fucking takes me to do it, like it's just that's what it is, isn't it? It's like you have to make your hourly rate work out. I know I could do probably most of the repairs. It's just it would take me such a long time, and I'd have to just kill myself to do it.
This is it, man. I mean, like with guitar tech, well, I mean, it's standard guitar tech rate is £25 an hour.
Yeah, which is quite reasonable for a professional job, isn't it?
Yeah. Which is a standard thing. I mean, it's. I mean, if it was a regular job, you know, like go and work in a bank and get paid. That's like, that's fucking loads of money.
Yeah.
However, I don't work 40 hours a week.
No, you've got to make the money when you make it.
Yeah, this is it. And it's a niche skill. It's just is what it is. And then half the time I end up doing it for less anyway, because it's, mate of a mate or whatever. And also to be fair, I've got to the stage now where I feel like I'm as good as the other luthiers in town in terms of, things like fretwork and things like that. And I'm cheaper. So, yeah, everyone come to Fontaine Guitars! I make guitar playing fucking awesome! So, it's got to the point where it's ticking over nicely, but it's one of these classic things. Like I was saying earlier, like start of the week, I had no work on. I was just like, shit, I'm only going to like $200 this week. From a show, and that's it. But like, fuck, I need to, it's fine now. I've just had, just done a guitar, and I've just had 3 guitars turn up, so it's okay. But yeah.
This is kind of one of the things about being a musician and being self-employed, because that's the kind of only work you can do as a musician, really. Because it complements your schedule, doesn't it? So like with the money, you have to. I think a lot of people think being in a band is like a real fucking DOS, and it's like real sweet, easy job. And to a degree, it absolutely is all of those things.
Sometimes it is.
Sometimes, yeah. But if you work out like actually your hourly rate based on like what time you left your house, what time you get home, the travel costs, how much you pay in tax, like I started doing that some, and it's like fucking piss poor.
It sucks. It does sometimes sucks. Like for example, as I was saying earlier. Last weekend, we had a show with a curfew, and basically they were overrunning, and then, like we got paid X amount for basically playing for like an hour and 17 minutes. And then, for example, Saturday, I'll probably, to be fair, because I'm a fucking bass player, and obviously I get paid like shit.
Which makes no sense at all, does it?
Which makes no sense. But anyway, that's another thing altogether. But I'll probably get paid less to drive to Cornwall.
Yeah,
I live in Nottingham, so we're in Polzeath. If you're about Dan Reed and you want to gate crash a show, then please feel free. So I'm going to drive to fucking Cornwall with a 1 a.m. finish, and then come back again. So I'm going to go back at 7 a.m. So I'm going to leave the house at midday, and get back at 7 a.m.
Amazing.
For less money than playing half an hour. You take the rough with the smooth with these things, though. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it sucks. So
absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely a job that you have to take the mean. Or the average of your money, don't you? It's kind of whatever.
Mm-hmm. Certainly. It's better than working in an office or something. No offense to people working in offices, that what you do, but I can't do it.
Yeah,
I'm too far down the rabbit hole, man. Like I can't.
Yeah,
I've never had a real. I mean, I've had a real job, I suppose, but not really.
At some point, as a musician, you become, exactly. You go too far down the rabbit hole, don't you? You can't imagine like doing a 9 to 5, and that is a weird thing to have to get your head around. So back when you guys were like together with Jessica and Parks and stuff, what kind of stuff was your inspiration for the parts that you would write? What kind of got you? What was your motivation musically for writing your parts when you would play? I don't know how to say that differently. Maybe if I say it again.
No, it's fine. I mean, I'm just trying to remember because it was fucking ages ago. I mean, like Elba Jessica, we're listening to a lot of power pop, a hell of a lot like Supertramp, Beach Boys, Jellyfish, etc. A lot of harmony bass things. In terms of bass, just loads of melodic bass lines. So it was just Jellyfish, Beach Boys, that kind of thing for El Majesco anyway.
Yeah.
So that was quite nice. It's quite nice because I hate playing root notes. As you're very well aware, I don't really play bass like a. I do play bass like a traditional bass now, I suppose. But
how would you describe what your bass player
was?
How would you describe what sort of how you like that sort of style of what you would do, or is it just?
Well, it's not. It's just I've become better at being a musician and playing for a song and all that kind of stuff that you should do from word go. But all you want to do is play as many notes as you can physically play. Yeah. But with Velvet Disco, it wasn't like that. Everything was set. I think that's the thing with original bands, especially stuff you make parts up for, and you stick to the parts. You don't ad lib, because that's the thing. As a guitarist with a solo, obviously things like that you can add extra things in, but with bass, you can add different fills and stuff like that. But you've made those parts and you stick to those parts because it sounds professional. Yeah. When you start just ad libbing all the time, it just sounds wank, to be fair. Whereas in a covers band, there's a lot more scope for fucking around, just because. One, you've played the songs a million times. Everyone knows the songs anyway, and there's choice moments where you can
do what you want,
do stupid shit, and you know that'll be right for the song. I also find it very interesting playing bass to make people dance to, because that's another thing I didn't really understand until playing for the money. Was like you've got to keep a crowd going. Yeah. So if you're trying to do like like doing a bass solo or something like that, you have to keep everyone up dancing. Yeah. And that's a fundamental part of it. It's drums and bass. You can basically bang, whatever you want on top of that. But if your drums and bass if your drummer's not good and your bass isn't locked into the drummer, you're a shit band. Sorry, you just kind of are. I mean, there's in terms of musicality, I guess. Obviously, most old school punk bands didn't have very good drummers, and there's loads of bands with not very good bass players and drummers and stuff who were great bands. Yeah. But in terms of sort of musicality, and the thing is, what I do, I play.
Oh, you've gone.
Other people's songs.
Sorry, say that again.
We need to be emotional songs, man.
1 second.
Oh my god, the lyrics. Oh my god.
1 second. So you just cut out. So just say that again. Sorry. You were talking about keeping together music.
Okay, so
have I just killed you? Sorry.
That's fine. Being a bass player, in a covers band, you're not being judged on your music because you're playing up how you perform, how tight you are, how good that's what you're being judged on musicality rather than creativity, so to speak. Yeah. So you need to be tight as fuck and you need to be good at your job. Whereas if you're an originals band, you can be way looser and still awesome. But for us, we're pretty tight.
What do you prefer? What's your looking back on it? What do you prefer? Do you prefer like having that input and being able to create something together, or do you like having the kind of rigidity? Or I don't know what the word is, but do you like that, like performing other people's stuff and being, because it's different. It's an entirely different thing, isn't it? From a musician's point of view, like me and you are both in a sort of semi-similar sort of thing where we perform other people's music, and for me, I crave that input of writing and being part of a team of people that create something. But it's only because. But when I started this band, when I joined Company B, it was like the other way around. I was like, oh, this is awesome! I've just got like this back catalogue of like fucking mega hits that
fucking tunes.
Everybody's like loves.
This is it, man. I mean, I really miss playing the original bands. Yeah. I really miss it. And I'd happily. I mean, there's a band called Nasty High. I did lead singer Dan Bentley. A few of his guitars a few weeks ago. I've still got half a guitar of his here. Hold a second.
Come on, Dan Bentley.
There's a neck. Dan, where have you gone, mate?
Pick up your guitar.
I need to finish this. I need to finish this tape. You need to buy a new neck. That's what you need to do. Anyway, but they're looking for a new guitarist. I was like, that is my dream job. Is playing, Cockroach in a kind of 80s kind of hair metal sort of glamish band would be amazing.
You would be,
but I can't.
Yeah.
Because I play every weekend. Yeah. This is it. So joining an originals band would be, if I I suppose if I did this, like the cover stuff, like really part time, so I could just, because I can book, I can. It's reasonably flexible to a point, but you need to know very much in advance to be able to get like time off and things like that.
Yeah,
it's always fine, usually. But like if you're an originals band, you need to be making music, you need to be playing out, and like half the time, most gigs are at weekends. So,
and also you tend to be in an originals band. You tend to be like getting paid like a fifth of what you get paid doing what you do, and it's like heavily dependent.
You get paid nothing.
Yeah. Some people even talk about paying to do gigs. So it's like that building. I mean, I love, to be honest though, I do love that building of like your own thing. And I remember like just harking back to the El Majestico days. I can remember that feeling of like being excited about you guys like maybe getting signed or working with all that. And I can remember feeling that excitement. And it's. You don't necessarily get that as a covers band. You lose some of that, like, kind of.
Oh yeah, completely. It's just completely different. The whole reason for making music, like I being in the original band, is to make music because you like making music.
Yeah.
And you feel passionate or whatever about the music that you make. So it doesn't matter if you get paid or not. Yeah. Half the time, it costs you money. Actually, that's bollocks. All of the time, it costs you money. Whatever happens, it's going to cost you money to do it.
Yeah.
But that's something that you love doing, and that's fine. Whereas if you're in a covers band, unless you just love playing music,
because it's a fucking
there are some people. There are some people who just fucking love to play the music.
Yeah.
And they'll happily do it, for that kind of thing. But this is my, it's my job, I guess. So, it's slightly different, and so most of the time it's fine. But I really do miss, playing and actually creating music quite a bit. So
what kind of when I think of your sound, it's quite like your bass lines are quite punchy and quite. What was your tech setup for that? What was your like preferred?
What do I use? You mean like equipment? So I use basically, again, because we need to try and make things as easy as possible and as light as possible, I use a Mark bass, little Mark III 600 watt head, which is the best thing I've ever bought in my life, ever. And the first one, I think it cost me minus 200 quid.
Minus?
Because I bought it and a Marshall stack, and then sold the Marshall stack for loads, and then I ended up not actually paying at all for the head. That lasted me for 4.5 years. That was good going, man. That was a great head until it finally died. But the thing was, I never put it in a case. It's been around the world a lot. It's been in the back of a van, just jumping around everywhere. So I'm quite surprised it lasted as long as it did. Yeah. But it's great. In terms of just flat bass tone, it's fucking exceptional. It's just super clean. It's not clean in any way, I've realised. But if you're playing covers music, it's amazing. But for example, for parts, I ripped out I really like the way that Fender guitar amps sound on bass.
Right.
So I ripped apart a Fender Blues Deluxe, if I remember correctly, 40 watt, and then took out the internals from a combo and then built my own head in brown paisley. Yeah, nice. Brown paisley. Nice. I made the head unit for it, and I used to use that, and that's just the best bass, like, for playing in an alternative rock band, the best bass tone ever. It's fucking amazing. But for covers, you just want it sort of as pure tone as possible. So I use that. I use fuck all pedals. I use currently I'm using a Big Muff Pi Russian, I think it was Russian. Anyway, for a overdrive pedal and a TC Electronics Polytune. Best tuner ever. Don't buy Boss. Boss sucks. I had 2 Boss tuners. They both broke.
Yeah.
And that was in 1 year. And then I bought a Polytune. And it's fucking great. And it's like this big. Yeah. I basically try and use as little stuff as possible to make my life easy. That's it. I am considering getting a multi-effects unit. But we'll see. But I use a Fender Jazz 1962 reissue, American Vintage. I think it's a 1999. And it's obviously run a company selling guitars and basses, and I never keep guitars and basses because that's my job to sell them.
Yeah.
It's the only one that's ever stuck, and I will never sell it.
Nice.
And it's It's so fucked, and I love it. It's my favourite. It's just wicked. I absolutely love that bass. It's chocked full of lovely things like the fact that I have to adjust the neck on a giggly basis. Is a motherfucker. £1,700 bass. Amazing. You have to adjust the neck every time. But
that sounds amazing.
Yeah. But I love it. It's great. Sold. Thanks, guy. Yeah. Cheers, Fender.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if it wasn't for Fender, I wouldn't have a job. So,
I can remember like being in a band when I was younger and thinking like, and I've still got the remnants of it now. Like, I need to have the biggest bass amp. I need to have the biggest bass head. I need like
stack that's taller than me.
Yeah. I need like
and it sounded like shit.
I need a plethora of pedals. Like that's what professional bands do. And then we started being in a gigging band, and I realised like our double bass player, like he brings like a small little head, you know, and like a little tiny amp, and do you know what I mean? And you start to realise that like actually weight is like a real fucking issue. Like if you
really fucking is, man.
Yeah. You got
so no, with my fucking 8x10 Ampeg. No.
Yeah.
No, fucking no. I use a 2x10. It's fine. But what I do, a 2x10 is more than fine.
Yeah.
It's got that, you know, the punch required. It's got a tweeter in it as well, and you know, and that thing I've had for fucking 8 years, and I don't know how the hell it still works. It's battered, but it works.
So, over the years, you will have seen how, I suppose, like with, you know, I don't know. You guys never did a CD with Parks, did you? But over the like,
we tried recording an EP, but it sounded like shit. So sorry, it did.
I've heard it. It sounds. I've heard it. It sounds excellent. I love it. But,
I hate it.
Well, that's the thing is that like, as a person performing on a band or performing with a band, and the, you know, like me listening to it, you know, that disparity is huge, isn't it? You know, I don't hear the production questions. To me,
it's not production. It's the fact we didn't play it live. Right. All of every single live recording we've ever done sound great.
Yeah.
As soon as we went to a studio, it's like we should have just played everything live in a studio, and it would have probably sounded great. But it was just, it just didn't work.
No good. Well,
for me and Zach, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it's difficult, isn't it? I mean, I don't like our album particularly. All I hear is the problems with it, and you know.
yeah. Say if you've done it, if you've done something yourself, it's just like, that's shit. That sucks. But that's good. It's good to be critical. It's good to not be so far up your own arse. You think everything you do is amazing.
Yeah. But we've got our sax player is like that, but you can't do anything. You can never record anything because he's like I've played that, it's no good, it's not good enough. And so at some point you have to kind of go, well, yeah, that is all right. But yeah, it's good to have a critical bar to a degree.
You can't be. Obviously it's balance, isn't it? You can't be all the other way. And it's like I'm a very big supporter of the fact if something's good, it's good.
Yeah.
Like on a maybe like a logical level. It's like, all right, nailed the shit out of that, wicked, move on.
Yeah.
Or if it actually sucks, then that's fair enough as well. If something sucks, it sucks. If something's good, it's good.
Yeah.
And you know, you have to kind of take your sort of emotion away from that. It's hard to do, completely, and you have off days as well where you just suck at everything. I don't know why. I play a gig and you just, I am shit this evening. No real reason, you know, like
Music's a really, especially like I find it the same as a singer. Like it's a real temperamental thing, isn't it? You know, you're massively affected by like how much sleep you've had, or like how the sound is on the stage, or all
drunk
that.
You are.
Well, yeah. I mean, actually, to be honest, we no longer really drink and play.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't do it because I just.
It's really weird for me. I just done it not really as an experiment, but maybe as an experiment.
Yeah.
I just because I don't know, like I'm you know hot gossip, but yeah, I'm not. I'm sort of considering my direction in life and all that kind of stuff. So I figured I'd try playing gigs, be sober, to see if I actually want to do this as a job, because it's very time consuming. it's antisocial hours on the most social days of the week.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. So I'm mulling with what to do for the future, if you know what I mean, at the minute. So at the minute, I'm just playing gigs. Not saying I won't be playing gigs drunk. No. That's definitely going to happen, obviously, because it's wicked. Yeah. But at the minute, yeah, I've just like the last fucking hour, I don't know, like 9 shows I haven't drank up, and yeah, it's been fine. You do notice the boredom though a lot more if you're not drinking. Yeah. I do have to say. But that's where Shithead comes in. Shithead's amazing. It's nearly as good as, well, it's not as good as drinking, but it's nearly as good as drinking. Play fucking 20 games of Shithead before you go to the stage. Whoa, okay.
Whoa! I'm all fired up.
Where I go, woo! Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing, isn't it? Like, I think music, I think musicians, I feel the same. I feel quite similar. It's like being busy on those days all the time. You know, like having that is really isolating, and it's really like a big cost, isn't it, to you as a person? Because it's your time in your life, isn't it? And it's like, I don't know.
It is. It's like, because most people work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Yeah. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. But that's what most people do. So if you want to go and do stuff with your friends, like, and you're free all week,
yeah,
you're just kind of waiting, and then it's like, shit, I'm in fucking Suffolk on Friday night, and then I'm in Cornwall on Saturday, or whatever, where you are. And it's like, there's no sociability there. And, you know, if I was getting paid, you know, £300, £400 a show, then I wouldn't care as much, but I'm not.
No.
So it's quite a big, I don't know, it's quite a sort of reflective point, really. It's like, what do I keep doing this, or, you know, things are going fine, but I don't know. It's a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is odd. It is odd. I think we're both probably in a similar sort of position, really.
Yeah.
So okay, right, just to move away from our, because I think I've probably just
depressing lives. What a bit reflective.
Well, no, I think it's actually quite interesting, because we're both in a similar sort of boat, and that is the cost of being a sort of gigging professional musician, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is a question I've asked everybody, and it's kind of like an ongoing thread. When you were in a band and you were recording stuff and you were trying to put music out and all of that kind of stuff, how do you cultivate a community around your music? How did you? Sorry?
Spamming the fuck out of everyone, and not caring that everyone's gonna hate.
Shameless spamming.
Shameless spamming. That is the best way. It's sad, but it is true.
Yeah.
It's putting yourself out there. It's just all that kind of thing, especially getting people to shows and things like that. It's literally being annoying on the internet. As bad as that is, I was so bad. I was like, I took some kind of weird sadistic pleasure from it, though. I was just like, right, spam time. You're gonna fucking hate me for the next 3 days until the show starts. You know, so, yeah. It's just self-promotion. That's the only way you can, is making every single person you know or don't know, or any person you meet ever, you're going to order a coffee. Oh, so by the way, my band are playing. Yeah, which is, I was that coffee attendant. I presume that's the name for a coffee attendant.
Yeah.
I think I'm a complete buncher. However, it doesn't matter. It's basically, it's marketing, isn't it? It's marketing and advertising. It's the best way of getting your stuff out there, basically.
Do you think that has changed forever now, due to social media and you know, like, I guess at some point people would put posters up and stuff, and now it's like you just fucking spam Instagram, spam.
I mean, posters still exist, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it depends.
Is it something that you?
It's weird because I'm not in that. I mean, we did, back in there, but it was so long ago. I mean, it's even changed since then. To be fair, since I was in originals bands, and I mean, obviously, flyering postering does work, but it's not as effective as social media. Social media is, you know, the sort of the main platform for, you know, getting people to come to your shows and listen to your music, and, you know, which is kind of a blessing and a curse at the same time. Obviously, I mean, it's nowhere you know, music industry nowadays is just so fucking different to was even 10 years ago, let alone 30 years ago, where, you know, they actually develop an artist. Or maybe probably go back 40 years ago on this one, 35, 40 years ago. They'd actually take the band on a risk, and even if their first couple of albums were shit, they still try and develop them to try and make them into a success. Whereas now you need everything done already. And it's mainly so image has always been a thing, always since word go. With soon as music, to be fair, became televised, really. But especially now, it's fucking 50% image, and it's just basically building up. It's like record companies won't even fucking touch it if you haven't got like 100,000, you know, average of 100,000 hits on your videos on YouTube, and you know, this kind of thing. It's you need to have that whole complete package already, because it's such high risk. Because because no one buys records. So for the record industry, it's
all risk, isn't it? It's all risk, isn't it?
Massive risk compared to back in the day where you couldn't download things or copy things easily. So,
is it better now? Is it like, I mean, like I everybody that I speak to about this has a different opinion on it, and I can agree with either side, because like there's a lot of things that are good now, like being able to like promote yourself, being able to like make your own records due to technology improvements. Or, you know, like people, you can be like a viral sensation, can't you? And you can just sort of take off.
Completely. I think for exposure, it's incredible, but because of that, it's double-edged sword, isn't it? It's just
too much.
There's so much music. Too much. People, stop making music. There's too much of it. But yeah, I mean, but there's like massive things where whole genres wouldn't exist. To be fair, these genres are pretty shit, but there's whole genres of music that wouldn't exist without the internet. You know, like, I'm not like one of these sort of embittered people like, oh, back in my day when it was just all vinyl and shit. I'm not that old, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm not one of those guys. You've got to move with the obviously got to evolve with what's going on, and otherwise you won't get anywhere at all. But yeah, it's just so hyper saturated, just in terms of anything, even musical or video or any kind of media based thing. You can go and at a click of a button see anything you want to see nowadays. So yeah, which is great, but I don't know. I'm going to go on the fence, I think, with this one. We'll see how it all goes in the next 20 years, I guess. Really.
What do you think? What do you think the future of the music industry will be? I mean, it's an impossible.
One note. Literally one note.
This is the new album by E.
One note, because we've gone from proper songs. I'm going to use this. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love pop music. Okay, I love loads of manufactured bands. I'm not one of those. Oh my god, manufactured. Fucking Elvis. Sorry. He didn't write any. He was an artist. He didn't write any of his songs. You know, just don't. Bon Jovi. Sorry, guys, but Bon Jovi were. The songs weren't really written by. Anyway, so
were they not?
So I don't give a shit. Yeah. Bon Jovi. Obviously, they were a band and that, but yeah, they were. Their songs were co-written. I.e., you know, yeah. It's all music is bullshit. You know,
that's shot through my heart.
Yeah, nice one.
Thanks.
That's good, friends. Very nice indeed. But yeah, I have noticed this trend. Not I've noticed. It's
happened. Yeah,
it's happened where pop songs used to have songs, even if you hated it, it was manufactured, it was shit or whatever. They were a song. It had a verse. It had an intro. It had a verse. It had a bridge. It had a chorus. It had a middle eight. It had a song structure. And I've just noticed in the last, I don't know how many years now, all songs, popular songs, do the same thing for the entire fucking song.
Right, there's Taylor Swift's 1989. There's a couple of songs off there that I don't really like. I'm terrible because I'm completely out of touch with like popular music and everything. But Ryan Adams did a cover album of Taylor Swift's 1989. So I started listening to that, and I was like trying to figure out some of them to play acoustically. And you're right, it's like it is 4 chords. And the chorus is the same 4 chords with something else like lifting it.
It's the melody line lifting it. and basically extra synths effectively what it is. Because I noticed if we're trying to play pop music, because we're a covers band, we have to play some pop music.
Yeah.
And as a bass player, it's like,
oh my
shit,
God.
I need to play nothing.
Yeah.
I literally need to play root notes, like nothing at all in the verse. Then the only way of lifting this song is by basically going in reverse. I can't play what I'd normally play at the start, because where the fuck do you go from that? Yeah. So then you have to strip everything back and then build up to that and then go back down. That's the only way of getting dynamics without making the song fundamentally horribly boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird one. So I reckon the future of music, because now we've got to the point where it was 4 chords all the way through with at least a decent melody hook or melody line or whatever.
Yeah.
And now it's got to the point where there is no melody line. It's just one note with 4 chords. So I reckon the future music is just one note with one note. It's just going to be one note.
It's going to be a fucking horrible future, isn't it?
And also, where's guitar bands as well? Like, there's been no big guitar bands.
Yeah. But then I think music has always been cyclical, isn't it? And so, like, you know, there'll always be some sort of some ebb and flow of like of people wanting real musicians, and then some ebb and flow of people wanting, you know, and it just kind of, and it does just you know, as much as as much as we don't want to believe it, music is just this like fucking, it's like fashion, isn't it? All of these things just become cyclical. So one thing that might happen, which is really interesting, is that like we'll have machine learning of music. So like AI basically breaking down songs and then regurgitating. So like you can just sort of teach. You could give like an AI like the 60s and go make some more 60s music. Or, or whatever. I think that's going to be. Something
genius for the record companies.
Yeah. Well, because
you don't need art. You don't need just like
shit
well,
out.
it's like modern sequencing software.
Yeah.
You know, like is this a good thing or a bad thing in terms of musicality? Probably pretty a bad thing. But you just chord generators. What chords are naturally and inversions of chords are going to naturally progress on from these things.
Yeah.
Build a chord sequence. You don't need any musical skill to make a song.
No.
Anymore at all in any way. You can let a computer do pretty much all the work for you and then sing over the top of it. You don't need any skill. And is that a bad thing? It opens music up to so many more people, which is a really good thing.
Yeah.
But I suppose in terms of like, if you like seeing people who are talented or people who've got some kind of thing with their instrument, things like that, it completely destroys all of that.
Yeah.
So that is a bad thing. But again, it doesn't. I don't care enough. I think that's what it's down to. I mean, if people want to do that, so, you know, fair enough. People get famous for doing, you know, making a song that's just basically a beat and then just mumbling some shit over the top of it, and they get, you know, 300 million hits on YouTube's and then get mega famous. Fucking fair play.
Yeah.
Nice work, brother. Yeah. You basically got mega rich off doing sweet fuck all. So I'm down with that, you know. So yeah.
I think what happens is that like people get bored of music genres, don't they? So like pop, or basically like what happens is everybody gets on board, don't they? So like like the indie thing, you know, like Oasis and Blur, and then we got like about a million variations of those two bands.
You see it in pop music all the time. Yes. The Katy Perry thing. When Katy Perry released Firework, or the album that had Firework and all the other songs that Katy Perry does, I can't remember. But yeah. There was a synth used in that, basically, and every single pop record for 6 months, at least 6 months after that, had exactly the same production, exactly the same tones as that Katy Perry album. Yeah. And then it happened with Bieber, with the fake, like almost like MIDI panpipe flute. Every single fucking song after that had that thing in. Also, reggaeton as well, because basically my band go and play in Israel every year, and then in between, makes no sense. We'll finish the set playing rock music, and then it's like, it's like it doesn't make any sense. The DJs play that music in between. Yeah. Anyway, so they've been blasting out reggaeton. People fucking love it in Israel for like since I've been there, like 5 years. And last year or the year before, whatever it was, reggaeton went massive globally. And then everything's reggaeton. And finally, it's starting to subside a little bit now. Every person I spoke to in Israel, it's like, oh, what music are you into? Reggaeton. Oh, fuck yeah, reggaeton. Everyone. Yeah. I don't know.
It's weird, isn't
I
it?
think it's good to dance to.
Yeah, I don't know. Music is this like crazy, ever evolving, weird thing that like it's just yeah. I don't know. It is odd, and I think at some point everybody will get sick of like this thing. Like like with The Voice and all of those like Simon Cowell shows and all of that kind of stuff. It kind of that kind of kills it, doesn't it? Because what happens is people just go, "Well, I want someone who can really do it. I really want to see somebody who can actually play a guitar or who can actually sing a song without having like a load of auto tune or all of that kind of stuff."
Yeah, I mean, again, I've got nothing against with those kind of shows at all, because it allows people the opportunity to go and live out their dream and all that kind of stuff. And if basically all that show is all those shows are taking what used to happen for manufactured pop bands. Yeah. So you have auditions to be in a manufactured pop band. All that. Well, it's the same thing. It's just on TV, and people get really pissed off of it. And it's like, I'd see why. Fair enough. I don't really care about those shows, but you can see just in terms of ratings, you can see that it's becoming way less popular nowadays. So back in the day, when X Factor first kind of came out, or like the first 5 years or whatever, biggest show on TV, the biggest everyone's talking about. Whereas now, it's just completely slumped. So I don't know whether that's people get bored of shit.
Yeah,
it's the same order.
Everybody did a version of that show, didn't they? And then at some point it's like if they had like Britain's best sausage and it was like an auditioning from the pig to the sausage, and eventually you just get sick of it, don't you? Just like, well, I don't want to know how sausages are made. I don't. I want to
seen it a million times now. This is the same thing, the same sausage story. Oh, little Peter Piggy. I had a bad life out in the field, just getting bullied by all the other piggies. And then his mum died. I say died, not slaughtered. And then this is the story of poor little Peter Piggy. and then he gets killed and turns into a sausage.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, poor little piggy. So
right.
And that's what it is, isn't it? It's this constant like. We just get bored, don't we, of everything just being done to death. So there's a couple of little questions that are a bit odd. Why do you do it? Why do you do? What is the reason behind being a musician? What is the motivation for you?
I enjoy doing it. I mean, like. There we go.
There you go.
Well, leave it at that. No, I mean, doing music, because I love. It's been different at different stages of my life. When I was a kid, all I've ever wanted to do since I was 6 years old is be in a band. So that's all I've ever wanted to do.
Yeah.
So making music, I've always been obsessed with music. That's the reason for doing it, is because it's a hobby that I've always wanted to do as a job. In terms as a job, I just didn't. I've never been in a covers band in my entire life. I've been playing music in bands since I was, fucking 8.
Yeah.
I was fucking headphone. Give me 2 seconds, mate. Sorry. From the age of 8 till 30.
Yeah.
Good 22 fucking years. Never been in a covers band. And then, joined a covers band. I didn't think I'd enjoy it. And I really do enjoy it. It does obviously depend on who you play with and stuff like that as well. But, I think now, I don't know.
It's a weird question, isn't it? It's a really soul-searching question for
it's a different thing nowadays, because I'm not making music.
Yeah. So
I'm playing music. So I do obviously enjoy, but it's now kind of like it's now sort of what I do, I guess. Really.
Is it the high? I kind of think of it as like a drug habit, and it's like the high of like playing and performing is it's actually quite a addictive high. And
completely, and that's why it sucks when you get a shit gig.
Yeah.
Used to people be like, "Oh my god," and then play the next gig, and everyone's just sat, and you're like, "What? Okay, exactly the same fucking thing."
We're nailing it.
We're nailing this shit, man. Well, this is it, and that's why it's so weird. But like, again, playing for like, I don't know, other people's dues effectively, and like it's so different between club gigs. I would happily just play club gigs forever, because they're always good. Like, you have a couple of iffy ones, but they're always, I don't know, that's kind of the fun part, is the crowd. It's all, for me anyway, it's all down to a crowd.
Yeah.
If you've got a good crowd, you're going to have a great gig.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
Yeah.
And
do you find that, like, do you get that thing where crowds don't get going until the wrong part of your set, and then by the time they're ready to go, they want more, and you're like, well, I've just done fucking 2 hours of, like, you sat down for the first 45 minutes.
It's weird. It's a weird one. Oh man, it depends on the thing. Like, there's quite a lot of things, especially doing functions, like where the first set people are kind of sort of chilling out, so they'll dance a bit, but as long as they're receptive, I don't give a shit if people. It's better if people dance, but as long as people are receptive, that's my main thing. Like, some of my favourite gigs we've ever done have been in, like, pubs.
Yeah.
Like, just like old man pubs, and everyone fucking loves what you're doing.
Yeah.
And we get to play what the fuck we want in old man pubs as well, so it's good. It doesn't pay very well, but
it's fun.
I don't know. I don't know. I prefer that. But club gigs, I just go and play in fucking Nottingham every 3 days a week.
Yeah.
And just do that, because it's just easier and it is more fun. Whereas you really do not know what you're getting. And you might turn up at a show and you think it's going to be amazing, and then it sucks.
Yeah.
You get and everyone's wicked, everyone's steaming, it's really funny, but then the actual show, it's just like, I don't know, it's weird. And then you get there, it could be the driest place ever, and then as soon as you start playing, it's great. It's luck of the draw, really.
Yeah. It's a weird one, isn't it? Is there what was the other? I had another thing I was going to ask. What's the best thing and worst thing you've ever done for your music career?
The best thing and worst thing I've ever done. It's interesting. I don't.
Oh, hard-hitting journelism.
What I do now, I suppose joining a band was probably the best thing I've done for my music
learning
career,
guitar.
as I do now. Learning to play an instrument. Worst thing, I don't know. Not
because it could be like
not stress myself out more. That's what I. But I think I'm in that comfortability right at the minute where it's just kind of everything sort of ticks over, everything's fine, I have a decent lifestyle, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas I kind of, as we were saying before, I would like to play for original bands or just play in some different bands,
Yeah. Is there a way you could get like a bit more of the stuff that sort of nourishes your creativity? And have you ever done? I know I've known you forever, and I know you wrote a few songs, but you've never really written much of your own stuff, have you? And I don't know why. I don't know why that is.
I think it's because I can't sing.
But could you not write the music and then get a singer in?
Yeah, that is a very good point. That you could do that. I don't know. I'm not really I'm not a songwriter. I think that's what that's down to.
Is it like that you just are not interested in doing it, or is it because it's a muscle that you flex, isn't it? Songwriting is like
it's a thing from your inner core. Songwriting, I think. Like when I was angsty and a teenager or a kid or whatever, or like emotionally upset or whatever, or something like now I'm just a robot, so I don't have emotion. I've managed to dissolve them over a period of time. So other than either frustration or glee, that's my two. Yeah. That's my two emotions.
Two you allow yourself.
But I don't have that. I'm pissed off or upset. I'm going to write a song about it. I don't. Because that's where the best music comes from, or you're broken or whatever. That's where the best music comes from. And vinegar, I don't have that. So I don't have that. What's that? Sorry, say that again, mate.
I was saying it's like the vinegar in your balls.
So I say that.
It's having the vinegar, isn't it? And the older you get, it goes, doesn't it?
I don't know. Some people have it forever, but I don't have that. Like, I'm gonna write a song. I mean, I love playing music, but I don't know. I just don't do that. I'm not saying that I won't do that ever, but I don't know.
I could imagine that with your, you can play guitar really well, you can play bass really well, you can, I know you don't believe it, but you can play the drums. That's like that is the free, well, but you understand them enough that you could program them.
Program drums like a fucking ninja, but I can't play the bastards, no, yeah. But, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, there's all the facilities there to be able to make music. I don't know. I'm just sort of, I don't know. I haven't done it since like uni.
Yeah, I want to
really.
I want to hear the Fontano album.
Yeah. It will sound exactly like Death Heaven, is what it will sound like. Death Heaven, though, Death Heaven sounds exactly like Death Heaven. So I tried I remember doing this about a year ago. I was like, right, I'm going to make a post black metal. song.
Yeah.
And everything I played, it just sounded. It doesn't. It's not the fact it's in the sort of same genre as Death Heaven. It just sounded exactly the same as Death Heaven. So it's. I don't know. I don't know. It'd be funny as fuck to make a cock rock album. Yeah. Because you don't have to think of making a cock rock album. You just make any riff. It's I don't know. Mate, I don't know. But at this very second though, I don't ever sit down and make music.
Do it.
Which I suppose is a shame. Really.
Yeah,
I like playing. Like when someone's got an idea, I like adding to an idea, I guess.
Yeah.
More than making things up. I used to all the time back when I used to record.
Yeah.
But no, I'm that a long while.
No, you should do it. You should really do it. It's a kind of, I don't know. I stopped recording as well at some point. Yeah. Okay. Is there we're on the final hurdles now. Is there anything that is there any like unsigned bands or any stuff that you would like to shine a light on? Anything that you enjoy that other people might not know that you'd like to promote?
Haggard Cat, but they've just got signed, so that doesn't.
That's all right. I mean,
there's a band from Nottingham called Baby Consider who I fucking loved, like back in the day, and I don't really listen to it anymore. But like their lead singer and their drummer's got a side project called Haggard Cat, and they've just been signed to Earache. They're really good. They're really fucking good. Bands I'm just trying to think of localish or like niche bands.
Scarecrow.
I don't know. I've gone the other way. I've gone the other way, man. Huey Lewis and the News. Everyone should listen to Huey Lewis and the News. There we go.
Yeah.
Unheard of.
Is this unheard of band? Huey Lewis and the News.
Yeah. Awesome. I can't stop listening to Huey Lewis and the News. I don't know when it's going to happen. I have slight musical. I say slight musical autism. I have very bad musical autism for basically finding a band, becoming obsessed with them, and I will only listen to that. To be fair, at the minute I listen to a lot of radio, a hell of a lot of radio. That's my only variety. It's either I listen to so much music because obviously in the van as well from my bandmates, I listen, and then Rob Harris as well is definitely a good one for that. And I just end up listening to so much different music, and it's great. But myself, I would just literally go and play the same fucking album over and over and over again. For a period of maybe between 6 months and a year, and then there'll be a new thing, and then I'll obsessively listen to that. And then, but yeah, bands that I suppose a bit off the beaten track commercially or standardly, Death Heaven. They're my just favourite band.
Very nice.
Ever. It's great. Yeah.
Okay. Is there any
choice?
And on the sort of picks, is there anything else like books and films or anything like that that you love?
I'm a complete geek when it comes to stuff to do with what I watch. I suppose, like in terms of media and things like that. So I watch a hell of a lot of stuff to do with basically general physics and mathematics. I find it fascinating. Yeah. I think it's because I was really good at it as a kid, and then chose to do music. Yeah. And now music's a job, and now that's weirdly my hobby, I guess, really.
Yeah.
Book-wise, Simon Singh, great writer. Fermat's Last Theorem's a great book. Novel-wise, American Psycho, obviously everyone's heard of it. I fucking love that book. It's great. It's grim. It's so grim. it's wicked. I don't know, like, stuff that I watch, comedy. I just watch comedy continuously. I've been watching really a kind of slightly pretty twee American comedy at the minute that I like, but I kind of like stuff like fucking New Girl and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Parks and Recreation, Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah. I've kind of I've softened a bit. I used to be a bit more angsty against, oh my god, that's so totally them kind of characters, which you get on most American sitcoms, but it's definitely soft. I think it's because I live with fucking 5 girls now. My TV choice has got a little bit tweer.
Yeah.
And I've eaten more cake in the last, it's last October. I was speaking to my old housemate Ross about this, and I was like, I'm eating so much cake at the minute. What's going on there? And he was like, when did this start? And I was like, yeah, about November. He was like, when did I move out? And I was like, So yeah, it turns out, ladies and gentlemen, if you live with all girls,
you're going to eat loads of cake.
You'll eat a lot of fucking cake, which is great, to be fair. Cake, chocolate, and shit. So but yeah, film-wise, just horror films. Yeah. I don't know. I used to have my horror film buddy, but I haven't seen her in a while. So, yeah. No, yeah. That's it. I guess.
All good choices.
Yeah, that's media output is YouTube's just videos on interesting things. I've been watching loads of NBA basketball.
Nice.
That's another thing I've regressed to a child.
Yeah, harking back to the good old days.
A lot of a lot of dunks.
Yeah.
A lot of old school. A lot of Larry Bird. Larry Bird is a fucking legend. I didn't get Larry Bird when I was a kid because he wasn't cool and he didn't dunk.
Yeah.
And he was some kind of hick dude. And now I understand how much of a fucking badass he was. So yeah. Slightly off topic, but kidding.
That's all right. Well, okay, I think we pretty much reached the end. So thank you very much, Dicky Fonts. You can check out the money at some link that I will put on the bottom, and I might see you on Saturday for Poles F if I can make it down.
Oh yeah.
If I can, I might do.
I know. All right, I'll somehow sneak you in. You can be our sound engineer or something.
Yeah. I might bring my girlfriend, so I might have to twos up.
Twos up.
All right. So this has been the Noise Filter podcast. You can catch us at these places here, and we'll see you again at some point soon. Cheerio.
Cheerio.
Bye. See you later. Cheerio.
Bye.